What's up, everybody? Today we have a summon video for Richard. Richard's got 4 accounts. Bagel does not look like a summon video. I'm testing out newly buffed 3-turn immunity Chloe in our summon video. So, yeah, I may have started tinkering in Arena. It's obvious, Bagel. Also, I don't understand this. I don't understand why we needed Lucian in here with no attack power. I don't understand the whole thing. Why do we need Lucian in here if there's no attack power buff? Great. Actually, this is a different... you guys in fighter level arena, you're playing a different game than I am. I don't know. I really don't know. All right, so what was I saying? So, oh, you know what? This blocks beneficial effects. Yeah, we can actually use that. We can actually use that. When we get to the, I was gonna say when we get to his whatever, when he starts activating his passive. Let's not even do that. Let's do one of these. Like I said, you guys in fighter level are playing a totally different game. I love how it just doesn't work. I love how Faye is like, no, I worked years ago. I don't work anymore. Rip Faye. Let's get some invincibility. Can we proc into skill 2? No. Can we get a... Yeah, heal block. Heal block is nice. So anyway, as I mentioned, we are summoning. Are you, Bagel? Because it doesn't look like you're summoning. We are summoning for 4 accounts. All the same person. Really? You got the block benefit... This guy. This guy. Okay. Can we please... Can we please... Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get to actual summoning now. Let's get to actual summoning. This is what an amazing... You have a... Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. What was that? You have... a Dark Art Master. That doesn't make any sense. You have a light. Wait a second. He literally told me in his email, he was like, I plan Flare in 5 years, no LD5. I just found 2. You clearly are not looking enough. They're on your account. I just found 2. Want new toys for each account, hopefully an LD5 for my main account. No LD5 after 5 years. You have 4 accounts. One of your accounts, at least one of your accounts has pulled 2 LD5s. Stop complaining. I'm going to tell him already. Stop complaining. You got 2 LD5s on your... That would be like me being like, oh, guys, I never got an LD5 on my China account. Feel bad for me. Like, no, Bagel has plenty of LD5s. This guy also has 2 LD5s already. We need some LD5s for people that don't have any on any accounts at all, right? We need some LD5s to go around. Anyway... What the heck are we talking about? We're doing summons. Let's go into, let's pick a channel. Let's go into channel 4, 5, 6, 8. Random channel. Why do we go to random channel? Let's go into, let's have some fun. Let's, but if we don't get anything. This is Asia server anyway, so it really doesn't matter, does it? Really doesn't matter. Exclusives. Oh, we're not doing exclusive summons, are we? Oh my goodness. Also, this is not even the amount of scrolls he said he had. Now I'm curious how much scrolls he actually has. Uh-oh. I mean, it's not lag, but... Just the, I was going to get a new phone, too. How much... I was going to use my phone to Google how much money the phone that I'm using right now for the video costs. And then I realized you can't really do that, can you? No, you can't. You can Google in here. I think that's the phone I have. Oh, that's not the actual. Oh, we gotta put that on. I didn't notice, guys. I didn't notice. Bagel, I feel like you're phoning it in 2021. I feel like you're not fully present in the moment. Yeah, that could be possible. I was trying to find out how much my phone was. Really? It's that cheap? No way. No way. No way. My phone is... Oh, geez, guys, I am cheap as hell. That's really how much my phone costs? I know I didn't pay that much for it, but... Oh my God. So yeah, anyway. It's an Essential phone. Essential PH1. If you guys want to Google yourself. Google yourself? If you guys want to Google yourself, Essential PH1. Apparently a very cheap phone. I like it. Because I was looking for a phone that had no BS. Like, I was looking for a phone that's just like, just the essentials, right? And it used to have a really terrible camera problem, but they fixed it in a patch. So, yeah, what do we want on here? What do they have on here? Well, there have plenty of stuff. They have plenty of stuff. Oh, they already have a Hell Lady. Well, I don't know if he wants to lock that or if he wants to. He didn't say anything about feeding for blessings. He said nothing, so we're just going to keep going. Actually, I will ask him. Because we could probably ask him, because I think he's available. Yeah, so we'll summon until we get a response from him. If he wants to feed dupe Rocky. I mean, it looks like he was keeping some dupes, right? So he was keeping some dupes. Why am I skipping lightnings? Like, I can obviously see the lightnings. I didn't see the information for the new... No, Bagel, that's not Summoner's War. It's somewhat Summoner's War related. Apparently, they just put a Tianlang equivalent in Epic 7. Again, why am I skipping? Why am I skipping lightning? Why am I doing this? Yeah, I don't like the... Maybe it looks the same to you guys, but it's... To me... I don't know, it's different. I don't like it. The summoning, anyway. I gotta get used to it, I guess. Hey, what do we get? We got a Wind Blade Dancer. Is she? I don't think she's really anything exciting. Is she? Because she got changed after the balance patch. Where she does, like, more attack age reduction or more ignore defense or something like that. But it's not really that much. It's only a single target. It's not really that much damage. She, like, self-buffs her speed, too. So. With her passive. But, like, it's so hard to make a relevant wind unit nowadays. Draco. Draco, not even the good brownie anymore. Ripperinos. It's funny how things change, how metas change. Because Orion was like the one. Everyone was like, Orion, we need Orion. Well, actually, Orion was nothing at first. First it was Draco that was the most... Actually, no, wait. First it was Aquila. First Aquila was the most exciting one. Then Draco was the most exciting one. Then Orion was the most exciting one, right? Because Aquila was a combination with Lucian, right? People were using Aquila Lucian. Years of 6 years ago, something like that. And then Draco was kind of popular because he had immunity, and then he kind of became a little bit more popular, and Orion was like, oh, who likes Orion? He's so random, right? And then they realized that on defense, I think he may have not always attack bar boosted either, but on defense, he could like randomly strip and pick a target, so that you couldn't bring in a tank for any specific unit because you didn't know what he was going to strip or whatever, and potentially get a ton of turns with skill 1 proccing into skill 3 again. So Orion got really popular based on like the Guild War defense kind of thing, right? Picking a random target, stripping and defense breaking them. So then Orion had his heyday for like quite a long time. And then Draco got more popular with the people. I know you can hear the dog because I heard it in the last, not the last video, but one of the other videos. Then Draco got really popular because RTA cleaves with Draco, right? And now it's back to, we'll see if it's back to Aquila. I don't know. Just because I think that he's good doesn't mean that everyone thinks he's good, right? So we'll see. We'll see if Aquila gets used on a regular basis or not. I'm excited and somewhat scared to see how Aquila performs on Violent in like RTA and how many people throw their phones. Because he's got skill 1 and skill 3 will both reset the Violent counter. Oh, I gotta click every single one individually. So before it was faster because I could just double finger it. So I don't know why that sounds awkward. I can just double finger, and then it was much faster. This one I gotta click with one mouse on every single one. Move the mouse, click, move the mouse, click, move them. It's just easier. Faster the other way, right? Now I know what Angrid feels like physically. Double fingering, guys, double fingering. It's the worst channel on the internet. Every single one of my channels is the worst channel on the internet. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, let's see what he said about the up to you. Okay, so we'll not feed it. If he's thinking about keeping it, because he could keep it for like Guild Siege if he wants. Could be a use for it in Guild Siege. So I'll let him do his thing. This way, I'll let him keep it. Maybe feed, because he could always feed it later, right? Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Is that people were asking. I mentioned it a few times before in previous videos. Now that we started doing it like this with the clickies, and people are like, oh, what emulator are you using? Which I mentioned, but maybe people, people skip around and they don't actually hear what I'm saying. But for those 3 of you that are still watching that already know, I'm not using an emulator. I'm just controlling. Garo. I'm just controlling my phone. Again, the Essential PH1 with the. Maybe I should get a. If we're gonna do it like this, maybe I should get a better phone. Excuse to get a better phone. I like the Essential though because the Essential is like no bloatware, and it like does not force updates on you. That's why I bought it in the first place, and I'm kind of hesitant to change to anything else. You know what I mean? Plus, I'd have to change to another Android, and I'm scared. I'm very scared, guys. Scared to change to any other Android. But I'm on this kick, like I want to just make the streams, the streams. Yeah, I want to make streams. Period. Right now, AT&T is being a big issue, but I want to make videos better, right? I want to try to keep improving things. So he says as he continues to make summon videos 7 years later. Hey man, I don't make summon videos because I am inspired to make summon videos. I make summon videos because you guys want me to make summon videos. And I know too many people don't want me to, don't like actually watch the summon videos, but people keep asking me to do summons. Do my summons, do my summons. Do my summons, Bagel, do my summons. Do my summons. I have 400,000 summons. All unknowns, do my summons. Like, no, I'm not doing those. Bagel, listen. It's good content. Yeah, I don't do these for me. I do these for you. So. But eventually, I don't know, we keep almost getting to that point where like Saturday morning summons keeps almost getting canceled like completely because the viewership gets too low. And then like viewership kind of picks up again and it's like, oh, okay, well then we'll continue it. And then it gets low again and then it kind of picks up again and then it's like, okay, I don't know at this point. So, At some point, I'm sure people are just not gonna watch, and then we'll just cancel summons. Cancel summons. I get to see all the analytics on the back end, guys. That sounded like I said the back end of guys. No, I don't see those. But I get to see all the analytics on the back end and all of the stuff for Summoner's War. Comdros doesn't show it to me. I just find it. But I get to see like the numbers on Summoner's War, the popularity, the downloads, the active users, and stuff like that. So they don't want me to see that or talk about that. I wonder why they wouldn't want me to see that or talk about that, guys. Because they want to create this reality. They want to create this. No, guys, Summoner's War is bigger than it's ever been. Definitely not bigger than it's ever been. So actually, I did notice that. I always said that Summoners War peaked in 2017. 2017 was actually the second peak. It actually peaked in before 2017. Do I still have the numbers up? But yeah, the peak of popularity for Summoners War as we know it. But like when it was first released, it was very popular. Like there was a lot of. Yeah, I do have the data here somewhere. No, that's not that. Why is it on 7 days? I don't want to see 7 days. I know, I just want to see. I don't want to see that. Go. Let's look at something else then. No. Is this it? No. That's not it. Why can't I find the information? Listen. I'm trying to get the actual information. Let's do this. Go. Listen. Stop doing that. Okay, here's the actual data. Christmas time of 2015 was actually when it was the most popular. So. That was actually not even when it was first released. Crazy numbers, guys. Crazy numbers. Let's not look at those. Those are depressing. Let's not look at those. It's not dying next week. Listen, it's not dying next week. It's not dying this year. Don't worry about that. If you guys worried about Summoners War dying this year, it's not. Unless they really mess up. Like, unless they really mess up. They're not, and when I say dying, I mean closing servers and stuff like that. It's not doing great. Which is weird because you look at some of our channels, and some of our channels are, like, doing well. But that's not just because Summoners War. Like, there's still people that don't actually play the game anymore that still watch some of our channels. So, yeah, which is weird. Maybe it's not weird, I don't know. They're like, yeah, just want to pop in, see how the game's doing, see how you're doing, see whatever. Have it on in the background sometimes. I mean, I do that too, so I don't know why it's weird. Like, I'll put on things that I have no... Like, I'll put on, like, some different streams of, like, games that I don't play to have them on in the background while I'm doing stuff. And I'm like, I don't even play these games. I don't know what they're doing in the games. But I'm just... It's on. It's on in the background. So, I guess maybe it's not weird, because it's only not weird if I do it, right? If you do it, it's weird. If I do it, it's not weird. That's such a double standard. That's such a double standard. It's weird if you guys do it. It's not weird if I do it. It's podcasts anyway, guys. It's podcasts. We should do an actual... No, we shouldn't do a podcast. You know why we shouldn't do a podcast? Because everyone does a podcast. Like, there's so many people that do podcasts. Like, anyone that is a content creator at some point has either toyed around with the idea of a pod. Hey, Magic Knight. toyed around with the idea of a podcast or something. So, we don't need to do a podcast. Unless there's like 1 million viewers. In which case, I think we can make time for a podcast. Right? That sounds mean. I think that sounds mean. I'm not intending that to be mean, but... Waterblade Dancer. I have not tried her since the buff. Maybe we'll try her. Yeah, I've not tried some of these units since the buff. Because I kind of feel like I've tried everything after the buff, but like, it hasn't been... It's been like a quarter of the units, maybe. But maybe I'm just not as excited. And that's why. Because she did get a damage buff. I just don't know that it was enough. But I guess we will see. What would she need to be viable? She would need attack power buff and enemy at 0 HP, basically. I mean, not 0 HP. 0 HP, you wouldn't even need her. She wouldn't need a damage buff if the enemy was already at 0 HP. Zero attack gauge, and she would need an attack power buff for that water blade dancer to be good. Did I ever finish saying what I was doing to mirror? A power mirror and the phone. So it's just hardwired, not using an emulator. ComToast does not want... I mean, people get away with using emulators, but they don't want people using emulators. They made it so that emulators don't even work at all with Summoner's Warlost Centuria. So that should be great for the game in general. Yeah, that should definitely make sure the game... People want to just play games on their PC. Like, that's the thing. Like, when you make a mobile game that people have to constantly be playing all the time and is like a part of their lives, they want to not play it on the phone because then they don't get to use their phone. So I don't think ComToast is completely... I don't think some devs have completely thought that through. Because it's like, if you are expected to be farming nonstop, 24/7, and it's a phone game, then you have your phone playing the game 24/7, then you can't use your phone for, like, talking to people, which is a good excuse to not talk to people, but I'm just saying, some people like to talk to each other. Not anyone I know, but some people. So I think that you should rethink maybe we need a whole video dedicated to explaining to ComToast why they should allow emulators. Because they don't want people using like hacks and cheats and scripts and stuff like that. Also, it's very funny how they didn't want people using scripts to auto-farm, so that they actually put the little CAPTCHA thing where it's like, oh, select all the Elia characters, right? To make sure that they weren't auto-farming. And then they added auto-farming into the game, and they kept the CAPTCHA in. By the way, there's still bots that can complete those CAPTCHAs. So the CAPTCHA is completely irrelevant. There's no point to it. But I guess some people don't mind the extra mana. Take this quiz for extra mana. It's like, there's no point. A lot of stuff that devs do that has no point. But yeah, it's that antiquated way of thinking and being stuck in that mindset, which is going to... which is going to halt growth. And eventually, eventually they are making steps, like taking steps in the direction of like, oh, maybe we should get with the times and actually add auto farming, right? So the game would be suffering more if they didn't do that. I wonder, let's see the analytics. We can actually see the analytics from them adding auto farming. Uh-oh. mean, I could just add these to the other place. I don't know why I'm not doing that. How many do we have? We don't even have that many summons left. Also, why is he not getting all his little achievement things? I don't even know. Let me see. What kind of spike did we see from the auto farming? When was the auto farming? It wasn't even that long ago. Okay, let's see how much of a bump. Never mind. There was not a bump. There was not a bump. Okay, auto farming apparently didn't do much. So maybe it kept people staying into the game instead. I mean, it didn't. It apparently did not bring as many new people into the game as I thought it did. So that's why data is important, guys. GZ! Fire Ryu, Fire Striker. So that's 2 Nat 5s already. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. For this amount of scrolls, it's not bad. This is why Kantos doesn't like me, because I have like everything. I'd be like, the game is not growing, guys. Kantos like, shut up! Shut up! Here's the Rika. Stop talking, Bagel. Stop. You're ruining it for everyone. Stop talking. GZ, though. Oh, man. So this account is definitely blessed. Who knows what your next account's going to look like, but this account's definitely blessed. I don't know if those are new or if those are dupes. Let's continue on. I don't even want to tinker around with anything. If we're getting lightnings, if we're getting Nat 5s, let's keep on this time gate, right? Light Dryad. So Light Dryad is kind of fun. She is kind of similar to Tetra, not entirely like Tetra, but just the fact that like every time she gets a turn, something happens to the team, right? So Tetra cleanses when every time she gets a turn, regardless if she's CC'd or not. And then the Light Dryad will also, she'll do a heal or she'll do a shield every time she gets a turn regardless. So actually the Light Dryad is not bad against like Hathors and stuff. Dark Blade Dancer. Very nice. So that's the same as the Dark Chun-Li. She's got a strip into an attack break and a glancing hit. That's pretty good. 2 non-Hall of Heroes. 3 lightning. This account is blessed. This account is blessed. And a bet. I'm jealous of this beta. I've never pulled a beta on any account. And also 3 lightnings in that many LDs. This account is four lightnings. 4 lightnings in that many LDs. Some accounts are just blessed, guys. Apparently some accounts are just blessed, and some accounts are not. So, I could have told you that. Could have told you that. Wow. Yeah, must be nice to have a blessed LDs account. See, this is why you should not complain about not getting LDs on the other account, LD5s, because this account is just getting lightning every LD. Just make this your main. Just make this your main. Why call the other one your main? Just, you could have LD5s on your main. Just make this one your main, and then you have LD5s on your main. Solution. There you go. I'm a genius, guys. And he was just buffed too. He was just buffed. I really like him after the buff. He's got a defense break now here, and then he's got strip. Strip removal beneficial effect. Strip sets the enemy skill to cooldown and decreases attack bar. So he's kind of like a Ganioki with a defense break too. Defense break is huge. I think he's definitely underrated. I think that some content creators have been trying to explain to people that he's underrated and people are still not listening. Like he's actually good now. That Wind Bison. Yo, could you please stop getting all the Nat... Okay, so we've gotten all of the Nat 5s on this account. Apparently not even ones that he wanted. But, Yeah, that's a lot of nat fives already. This count is blessed. Jeez. Countess just wants me to shut up. That's why. So, that is 5 nat fives. Excuse me. 5 nat fives, 4 LD4s. Yo, I'll take these 4 LD4s, man. Even if there was like 1 nat 5 and 4 LD4s, that'd be a good session, right? So let's see what they have for some of these. It looks like those might have been new. Oh my god. Oh, we already had a beta. You know what? Beta's still worth building a second one. And it's not that crazy hard to skill her up, right? So it looks like... Got an extra Ciara in there. Oh, look at these. He's got a Rika. Oh, that's his 3rd Rika. So I'm sure he's at least feeding 1 Rika for blessing, right? I'm sure he's at least feeding 1 Rika. This looks like it's new. This looks like it's new. This looks like it's new, right? I don't see those. And if they are, then I'm dumb. Which is entirely possible. All right, let's go on to the second account. Now we're on to his second account. Let's play around with some arena on his second account too. Actually, this is triggering me. That's how you know I'm a millennial, because everything's triggering me. It's not the right rotation. Hashtag triggered. I'm gonna try to be more positive this year and complain less. We gotta try that. Okay, let's go. Hopefully, less complainies. Ancient Transcendence. God, looks like it's about the same amount. Yes, looks like it's about the same amount here. Okay. First one, Lightning. Not a bad start. But it's not about how you start. It's about how you end. Right? Main account. Seriously, I have crap luck with Nat 5 pulls and still no LD5 after 5. Yeah, it's still no LD5 after 5 years. Right. On this account. On this one. So just make the other one your main. I mean, really. I guess I could say the same thing for myself. Right? Bagel, just make Europe Surfer your main. Like, why am I gonna make Europe Surfer my main? I don't need to make. Also, I have them on the main, the global server. So it looks like, I mean, he's getting stuff here. Does it feel like his other account seemed more stacked? Like, I would just make this the main. This on the same server. I would just make this the, like, why not? Right? The other account seems like it was getting, like, it got more stuff. It was luckier. Had a few LD5s. Are we broken? Probably. Probably broken. Apparently all his accounts are in the same guild, so it's gonna look really crazy in guild chat in a second. Or not at all crazy in guild chat. Let's actually do these elemental ones first. Get them out of the way. I don't know what happened with that last summon. Maybe it was in Nat 5. I don't think it was in Nat 5. Susano. Yeah, give me one of these on beginner's grind, please. Thank you. Man, I cannot get any summons on that account. Let me see if my my runs are my runs are actually done on that account. I can restart them. Did we get any runes? Not good ones. Not good. We need crystals. We need everything. Like they hold your hand for the first 2 weeks, and then after that there's like a drought. Right? First 2 weeks you're doing all the achievements, you're doing all the challenges, and then there's like nothing. How to make progress? Spend money. Really, they load so much progress in the first. I don't know why I skipped that. Just a water Chun-Li. Pega's not Chun-Li. Yeah, I know. They load so much progress the first couple weeks. Time to start a new beginner's grind. Beginner's grind 2021 part 2. The return. You know what I'll do? I'll do 30 beginner's grinds, and I'll just have a whole guild just of my accounts. No. I know some of you guys that do that. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. But they never stay with the accounts. That's the thing. They start the accounts, they play with them for like a week, and then they're done with them. And they have just like a guild of all of their accounts. And they just log in, collect stuff, see which ones get LD5s. And then if they get LD5, then they play around with it for like a week. Unless it's a SEMA. Apparently a SEMA is very fun. Oh no, I know a SEMA is a very fun unit to play with. But yeah. Usually the more fun, like, damage dealing LD5s are the ones people like actually play on the account with, from what I noticed. So Wind Rakshasa, ooh, very exciting. Man, these videos taking so long, isn't it? It's gonna be like 2 hours. Jeez. It's gonna be like 2 hours, isn't it? Yeah, because Bako decided he was gonna do some arena and then start Googling things in the middle of the video. Listen, in my defense. Also, I think it takes longer if I'm doing it like this, right? What is this? Play dancer. They still need another buff. Maybe they don't. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say they need another buff without actually playing with them at max skills. Because we don't know how good something is until we actually play with it with good runes at max skills. And then we can say if it's not good, that it needs a buff. Right? That should really be the stipulation. Because some units are just good right off the bat. Some units need like really good runes and max skills to be great. Like, I'm pretty sure things like Ajir are not very crazy without max skills. Like something like Miho. Miho would be good like regardless, right? Because Miho's passive is just, as long as she's second awakened, her passive is just going to be her passive either way. So she's going to do more damage. Does she stun more or just do more damage after she's skilled up? You can even put like wacky runes on Miho and still have her do good. Really. Really, you can still put wacky runes on Miho and still have her do good. Two things. Get lightning. Yeah? You want to get lightning? Yeah, you do. I know you do. I know you do. I know. Yeah, see, I knew it wanted to get lightning. I knew it did. Another ninja. So this account's just going to get a whole bunch of ninjas. Got it. No LD5s. No LD lightning. Watch. Watch we get none. None. Because we already got 4 on the first account. And technically, it doesn't have any impact. If you get 4 on the first account, it has 0 impact on what you actually summon on the second account. Because all of these, every summon is an individual pull. So nothing before or after it. Nothing before or after it on any other accounts or anything, or even on the same account, should have any impact on anything. Right? Because everything is its own separate instance. But with Com2uS code, who even knows how they coded these things, right? Who actually knows? Logically, everything should be its own independent situation. What word am I looking for? Independent instance. I think I already said the word. I think I already said instance, didn't I? But yeah, everything should be its own independent instance. But Com2uS code, who knows, right? Who actually knows? Like we can't see the code, so they could have actually just put in some completely insane BS. They could have put like a thing where like if you click 37 times, I don't know how many times I'm clicking, but if you click like 37 times and then click on the mystical scroll and then click summon and then you get a net file, like it could be programmed in some stupid thing could be programmed somewhere. Who knows? Okay, we're gonna click 37 times everywhere in the game now. Anything. You guys will try anything. I know you will. But yeah, that used to be. That used to actually be a thing. Back in a long time ago. You Gen Z kids, you don't even know. Gen Z kids watching this. Gen Z kids can't afford. I guess everyone. How old is Gen Z? They're not all kids, right? I don't know. Whatever. Whatever you identify. Listen, if you're 12 and identify as an adult, it's 2021. I don't even know what the rules are anymore. So, you Gen Z crowd. How about that, Gen Z crowd? You don't even know. We used to have these things called Game Genie. It's not. I say there's not Gen Z crowd playing Summoner's War, but you know there is. You know there's quite a decent amount of them, right? But yeah. They look at all the packs and they're like, I can't afford this, man. Why they gotta make all this stuff so ridiculous priced? Yeah, why? Good question. Good question, Gen Z. Why do they have to make all this stuff ridiculous priced? Because money. All right, let's do. What's he gonna do? Oh! Again, speaking to the Gen Z crowd again. We had these things called, not even Game Genies. Like there was Game Genies, but there was like crazy codes that devs put in games a long time ago, where it was like the Konami code, right? So if you guys don't know what the Konami code is, everyone knows the Konami code, right? Yeah, you just put the little sequence of numbers and things like that, or a sequence of button presses at a certain part in the game, and then it does a special trick, right? It gives you like extra lives or extra health or extra continues or special things, takes you special menus. So, yeah, actually, funny enough, let me tell you guys some behind the scenes information. There are games that I was sponsored to play. Uh-oh, Bagel. There are games that I was sponsored to play that had some of those things built in. Wait, I'm sorry, what? They had some of those, mobile games had some of those things built in where the devs programmed in these things where if you click a certain amount of times in certain areas, it takes you to like a special menu. In promoted games I did videos for that you guys watched. A lot of stuff is in different languages, so it's kind of hard to find out what does what. But yeah, they still have those special menus. It's just a matter of like, do they disable them on release, or are they like, is there one in Summoner's War? Curious. No one from Contras will actually tell me because they know I will abuse it. But yeah, very curious. Very curious to know. Now I'm really curious. Now I'm really curious if there's a debug thing in Summoner's War. I'm gonna click everywhere 1 billion times. I bet someone could script that. Because I think back in the day, like when people found out all these codes, it was actually just the devs leaking information. Like, yeah, by the way, there's like this, you can get to the debug menu, and they would tell like people in the media, and the media would be, and then it would be like GamePro. You guys don't know what GamePro is. GamePro is a magazine. So a magazine is basically like the internet printed on a tree. And then, yeah, it's basically like the internet printed on very thin slices of tree. And that's what we used to get our information from. GamePro and what else? I don't know. It's the only one that I can think of. Nintendo Power. What else? What other? PlayStation magazine. Like, I'm trying to remember all these magazines. I don't remember any of these magazines. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the devs were just giving them the information. And not like people like being like, oh guys, look at this, look what I found. Maybe some people found some stuff, but like by accident. It's entirely possible, but I think probably more so that devs were just like leaking information. Like someone in the QA department was like, I'm gonna call this magazine. We did like, oh yeah, we're playing Summoner's War. Did we summon any 9-5s that I didn't know that I didn't know about? That I didn't notice. Ooh, I got an idea for a video today. Excuse me. Man, there's so much summons. I feel like it's taking longer than usual like this though, right? Like I feel like we're definitely doing this longer than usual. This count's clearly not as blessed as the last one. You notice that, right? Like that. You notice it's not as blessed. Last one had like 5 nat 5s. One of those was from legendaries. 3 of them were from elementals, right? Were 3 of them from elementals or 2 of them from elementals? I don't know. Or 2 of them from legendaries. Listen, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Bagel, you're the one making the video. Yeah, I know. I know that. I know that one. We all watch this as a podcast anyway. I mean, use the term watch loosely. We all listen to this as a podcast anyway. Is there anything from here? No. Nothing from here. No, I don't want that. I want this way. He likes to sort his stuff by... You know what? I sort my stuff by monster, too. Isn't there, like, a sorting that, like, nobody ever uses? Maybe there's a sorting that no one ever uses. I'm not going to say it. Never mind. I was going to say Kamto should add an option to... Never mind. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But if I was going to... No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But if I was... never mind. Well, now I have to say it, right? I was gonna say Kamso should add an option to sort by cup size. I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I thought it would be funny. It was half funny and still offensive. As a content creator, you have to weigh the things that you want to say that are potentially funny or offensive. This much hey, what do we get? Juno. She would rank pretty highly on the she would be at the kind of near the top of the sorting, right? I meant by default star level of like because she's a nat 5, so she's a default star level that should be at the top that way. That's what I meant. Yeah. We'll go with that. Goes from GamePro to pissing off the internet. It's typical. Typical summon video. Typical any video. Typical any video on here. Oh my goodness. Jeez. I was working on a video for this happens on a regular basis. I was working on a video for Everything Bagel, which those videos are so, like, they either take 15 minutes to make, or they take, like, well, they usually take 15 minutes to make, and they're always terrible. But I was working on a video, and it actually took so long. I don't think people are going to like it, but it took so long. I was, like, actually working on art, which is not what we do on that channel. That's why I think people are going to not like it. But, and it's also not art. But it's art, but it's not. Never mind. It's art, but it's not art. I'm not an artist. That's why it's not art. We made stuff that looks cool, but I'm not an artist, so that makes it not art. Manipulated. We manipulated stuff. That doesn't sound like something I should be saying on the internet. We manipulated things. Go watch my other channel. Watch me manipulate things. Like, wait a second, what is this? You're trying to sell us into a pyramid scheme? No, it's not a pyramid scheme video. Yet. I do have a new cryptocurrency coming out, though. It's called Bagel Coin. Actually, Bagel Coin makes a lot of sense. You could make a coin that looks like a bagel. It's basically like a Subway token. Bagel coins. There's a lot of coins that already look like bagels. Bagel coin is probably the coin that makes the most sense. Yeah, move over, Bitcoin. I'm coming for you. I watched an ad about... See again, deviating from Summoner's War. I watched an ad about cryptocurrency. And people that are bad at ads, I mean, I guess this one might be an exception. People that are bad at ads will just make videos on their channel if they're like messing around with like, I wonder if I'm going to try this out as an ad. And just make their video into an ad where it's like a 40-minute video. Those are not good ads. Good ads are like 30 seconds. Short, concise, action-packed. Not 40-minute long videos, because people just skip them. So anyway, the thing was that this, for whatever, it was like the ad didn't even make sense to like what they were trying to sell. At the very end, they finally said what they were trying to sell. And I was like, nobody's actually watching all of this. I, at first, was just too lazy to click the skip ad button. Right? And then I was like, hold on. They're talking about Bitcoins and like how cryptocurrency works. And it's like this whole thing. There was like this whole big thing about how cryptocurrency works. I was like, oh, I'm learning stuff. Okay. So like watch the whole ad. Like it must have been like half an hour long or something like that. It was I don't know how long the actual ad was. It was like an episode of a TV show long. Somewhere around there. So, yeah. Learned all about the cryptocurrency, though. It's like the most useful ad ever. I also heard that some people were getting, like, the Lego movie as ads. Maybe, like, 6 months, a year ago, something like that. Like, the whole movie. The entire Lego movie as an ad. So, yeah, that was interesting. Just put a whole movie. Generally, that's not how you make ads, but I guess some companies were feeling froggy or something. We're almost the LDs. We're not getting lightning though. We're not like on a hot streak. So maybe if we were on a hot streak, that'll be good. No, yeah. Well, maybe if we're on a hot streak, that'll definitely be good. Maybe it'll be good. No, it'll definitely. That's how hot streaks work. Okay, so what do we have? 21, and then we have 12 LDs. Hot streak. This way we can continue into the LDs with the hotness, right? We want the hot streak now. Well, we want the hot streak in the LDs, right? But we want it to like start now. Or just start at the LDs and stay the entire course of the LDs. Are you going to get anything? Well, we did get Juno. What else? Did we get Juno and something else? I already forgot. We got Juno and we got a... No, just the Juno. Okay, so I didn't forget. It was just the Juno. Which is not bad. I mean, we didn't have like 1,000 summons, so... We've done like 600 and only had one Nat 5 at the end of those 600 and had to go into like the legendaries with like only one Nat 5, which is scary. But luckily we got some good stuff from the legendaries. There's a few summon sessions like that lately. Okay, so... well, we can't jiggle. Because we can't, like, do this, right? So we have to, like, jiggle very slow. Like, this is not going to work. Like, how are we going to jiggle this? Seriously. There's nothing even to jiggle. There's nothing to jiggle. Yeah, we can't even jiggle anything. Feels robbed, man. Nothing to jiggle. Yeah, the jiggling doesn't work on here anyway. Okay. So we'll just hope for the best. We'll hope for that's you know what that's not gonna change anything. I was gonna say that's not a great way to approach LDs. We'll expect nothing. We at least got one lightning. We at least got one. You know what I was kind of thinking? I was kind of thinking like, because we got a Neostone fighter not that long ago. So that's not bad. He actually was not a Hall of Heroes. I was like, well, watch, we get another Neostone fighter in the LDs. Like the streak of Neostone fighter will continue into the LDs. So that's actually not bad. He's got his nice juicy shield. Some people using him for siege and stuff. I wonder if there's people using him for... I don't really know if they're using him for some of the Dimension Hole content. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Bounty Hunter. Can we get some more? No. Lisa. Hey, it's Aquila. Okay. And then we have 5 more legendaries. SWC and Ancient Transcendence. Yeah, your other account, his other account is just so much more blessed. So much better RNG. Just make that your main. Clearly, just make that your main. That's like the equivalent of like my China server account and my Europe server account. Like the Europe server account is just like LD, Nat 5, Nat 5, Nat 5, Nat 5, Nat 5, Nat 5, like Nat 5 every like couple weeks. Regardless of like spending or anything, is just like, here's another LD. China server account is like, yeah, you got a couple blessings just hanging out there. Like, well, you want to pop these blessings at any point? It's like, nah, not really. And not really popping these blessings. Of course. All right, so we're definitely getting another Nat 5, but oh my god, we got a lot of those. RNG, please. Well, it's gonna be something new. Either way, it's gonna be something new. Chiwu's not bad. Chiwu's not bad. I don't think that was on his wish list, but Chiwu's not bad. I guess we don't really have to. Does Chiwu work with the stuff that he likes to use? Chiwu actually can work with some of the stuff he likes to use. Let's see what else he has. True Basta can be fun together. True Ganymede. Chu Ganymede, Gemini. I think he didn't have Oki, right? If he wanted to run a comp like that, I mean. Yeah, he's for a comp like that, he's missing some of the units that he would need. So he's got some of them. He could do like Chiwu, Ethna, Gani, maybe Rika. Rika would be a later pick. Maybe Tyron. Maybe Gemini. Maybe Dover. And comps like that. Yeah, I mean, maybe even this one and comps like that. So, yeah. But yeah, there's still some that he's missing that would be nice in comps like that. Like in those Chiwu RTA. I'm just talking about Chiwu RTA comps, right? There's still like the Oki is strong in those comps. What else? Poseidon, which he doesn't have, is strong in those comps. This guy, he's got the speed lead too. He's more like a counter to those comps actually, so I really shouldn't have mentioned him. She's actually nice in those. Again, I don't know why I'm mentioning this. Savannah and Ciara, which he doesn't have either of those, right? And then Shangpeng. Anyway, let's go on to account number 3. Third account, again, the same guy. This is gonna be such a long video. It's gonna be like 2 hours of summons. I mean, this is basically over 1,000 summons for this guy at this point. When did he? Oh, he emailed me so. That's why, because he's been waiting so long. That's why all of these scroll amounts are not the same. Yeah, they're not the same as they were before, because he's gotten so many more scrolls in the meantime. So yeah, let's get it started. Account number 3. No idea what he has on this account. Hold on, I'm scared. I'm scared to check. Let's find out. Let's see all the other he's got. Why you got so many accounts that he put so much effort into? Triple Hikaru on every account. Look at this. Triple Hikaru on every account. Any LDs? Any LDs? No, I don't see any LDs. More Nat 5s though. Okay. And some of the ones that we pulled on other accounts too. He's got a dupe Juno, just in case he wants to build. He's got a lot of stuff here. A lot of like unbuilt Nat 5s. One of the unfortunate things is like, yeah, more Nat 5s not built, more Nat 5s not built. One of the unfortunate things is like, if you pull a Nat 5, like if you don't have multiple accounts, like you don't, let's face it, everyone has multiple accounts at this day and age. But if you do have multiple accounts, then you already know that like pulling a unit is less fun on like an alt account. Cause like you already have it on the main, you already have it on one account, you already played with it, you know, you play with it all the time, you're like, oh okay, another one of that. Like it's still fun if it's a good unit, right? But it's not as fun as if you were to just like get a unit you've never gotten before, unless it's Christina. Actually, Christina at least still does damage. She's just like, the damage is not the issue with Christina. Just her role in the meta is the issue, I guess. That's more than anything, right? What she does is inexcusable. What she does is inexcusable. Oh, Chloe, the best immunity monster in 2020. 2021. Water Dryad. Underrated unit. Some of you guys were having trouble with Hall of Heroes. I should have mentioned that the Water Dryad is a good... I should have mentioned beforehand that the Water Dryad is a good unit. We used to, like, play Hall of Heroes when it first came out every month. and like give like analysis on each one of the floors. Like, oh, this is gonna be strong against this one. This is gonna be strong against like what units are good against these things. But it was basically like the same thing. It's like, oh, just bring a bunch of CC for the most part. Spectra's OP there, Lauren's OP there, Fran, you know. It depends. It depends on which Hall of Heroes, because some things have more strips, some things have passives. So just use Rika Varad against everything, and you're good. Welcome to all of like anything like Hall of Heroes, Labyrinth, and what else? Hall of Heroes, Labyrinth, TOA hard. Just use Rika Varad. That's why it's shocking when people like have Rika and Varad and they don't use them in TOA, and they're like, "Oh, I was just using this." And it's like, "Why are you using that?" Well, cause I thought this was good. Like this, it happens more than you'd think, right? People just are like, if they don't go out and research like the information on like what units are more meta for things, and, like they don't know. People using like some like Theomars in TOA. I thought Theomars was good, but you have Rika and Varad. Why are you using Theomars? Oh, are Rika and Varad good for TOA? Unawakened. 5-starred, sitting in storage, no skill ups. Not even that. Tyrant and Thrain. Tyrant and Thrain are plenty more than enough. I shouldn't even say Rika and Varad. But there is Rika and Varad. That is a situation. But Tyrant and Thrain, if you have Tyrant and Thrain, you're Tyrant, Thrain, Spectra, you're done with TOA. TOA hard. You're done with all of it. Tyrant, Thrain, Spectra, you're good. That's it. That's basically all you need. That's basically, like, I'm trying to think of other units you would want to bring in with that. You should be actually perfectly fine with just those 3 units. And nothing else. We don't need much of anything else. You really don't. Things for bosses, maybe, I guess. Some stages might be nice to have some things that cool down enemies, right? Like, Water Joker stages might have a problem with those. A Chroma stage might have a problem. Like, it's very specific passive stages. Water Joker, a Chroma, what else? Boss stages. Dark Phantom Thief. But aside from that, 90+% of the stages you can just beat with Tyrant, Thrain, and Spectra. Probably just beat it with Tyrant and Thrain. Spectra's there for bosses. How's that? Tyrant and Thrain alone. Just beat it with those monsters. These little Jawa boy. It's a good little Jawa boy. He does a lot of damage now. After his, he was even good before the buff. He just got a buff to be better, which is great. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. You want to say, use that in a sentence? You know what? Yeah, is a phrase that sometimes I say. When Neostone Agent. Okay. So I get ideas throughout the day, and then I have to write them down. And I don't say them out loud, because if I say them out loud, then people watching go to other content creators and are like, hey, you should do this. And then I do that, and then we both do that, and then the internet goes nanners. They just go crazy because they're like, you guys are both copying each other. Like, we just gotta just not say anything ever. We really do. Like, I would love to just like explain like all my ideas for videos that I want to do. Like, I have this idea for this video. I have this idea for that video. I have this idea for that video. The only exception, like, I can't do that because that's what will happen, right? I've noticed that people will go to like people, like if other people have ideas, people will like contact me and be like, oh, you should do this. And I'll be like, oh, that's a cool idea. And then like, I'll find out later it was someone else's idea. And I'm like, I didn't know that this guy said it was a good idea, that I should try that. Ah, jeez. Right? Same thing happens the exact opposite way. Like, same thing with like, I will mention something and then someone will go to someone else and be like, oh, this is a great idea, you should try that. And then like, we both do it at the same time. And then like, if I, like, here's another thing, like if I get mine out like a couple hours beforehand, and then they already recorded theirs and they just posted a little bit later, then they get yelled at, right? But it's really not like anything we really doing malicious. It's just like, that's just how the internet is, just in general. So, not even just Summoner's War, to be honest. It actually happens more in other circles. Summoner's War is, it may not seem like it, but Summoner's War is actually more chill and friendly than other communities. Actually, no, it may seem like it. Like if you guys have been part of like some other communities, get like crazy rage. How dare you? This other person did that. Oh my God. This person did this 5 years ago and got 35 views on it. Therefore, you are not able to do, like, what? That's how it is. That's always how it is. Like, I don't know. This thing, like, these bounce patches happen, and it's toxic. It's not toxic because it's Summoner's War. It's toxic because it's the internet, and it's gaming on the internet. But it's like, everyone, not even just me, like everyone wants to do content on the new units that just came out. They want to test them out. So everyone's mind is already in the same place, just naturally of, oh, I'm gonna do video of this new unit that just got buffed that I have, because I already have it built. I'm gonna do this video on this new unit that I got buffed, because I have it built. And then, you know, they just have the same ideas at the same time because there was a catalyst of balance patch happening, and that's why. So anyway, but it is what it is. What was I gonna talk about? I don't know what I was gonna talk about. Oh, I said it's. I was gonna say it's different when I mentioned stuff for food channels, though. Although I did notice that there was actually some people using things that I mentioned on different food channels. So maybe I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't say anything ever. That's what I'm learning, because it's weird being on the internet, man. It's weird being on the internet, having eyes on you, because I'm sitting here talking to I was gonna say a webcam, talking to a camera, and I'm getting anxiety, man. Now I'm getting anxiety, and it doesn't seem like there's people watching, right? For me, I'm always just sitting here talking to a camera, going crazy, slowly crazy. Slowly, bagel. Okay, quickly going crazy. But on the other side, it's like talking to an auditorium of people. It's just a weird dynamic. You don't really think about it, right? Until you do, and then you get anxiety, right? So you gotta be careful what you say, because an auditorium full of people are watching every single time. Every single time. And sometimes there's like 5 people that complain. But then you think about it, you're like, if there's 5 people that complain about, like, in an auditorium, that's not really that much, right? That's not really that crazy. But you don't know. The 5 people that complain, did that actually mean that 50 people didn't like whatever you did or said or whatever, or 500 people didn't like you? You never know. It's weird. That's all I'm saying. It's a weird dynamic. Can we get some Nat 5? You guys watch Nat? You guys watch pulling little mystical scrolls? I don't know. Like, people watch a lot of stuff. People watch other gacha stuff too. Though, people watch a lot of. I think the whole internet is just stuff that I'm always surprised people watch. Like anything, I'm always surprised. I'm like, VTubers exist. No one's gonna watch those. Million views. What? Why does anyone watch that? I remember when ASMR was first a thing, right? First getting popular. It's like, oh, you heard about this new thing, ASMR? Like, what's ASMR? Oh, people like whisper into microphones shaped like ears. Well, why would anyone watch that? Oh, they watch it to relax. What? That doesn't make any sense. Yep, they watch it to relax. Millions of views. Millions and millions and millions of views. Like, there's something to this. People are very stressed. They need to relax. The internet is weird, though. Because the thing is, like, with a lot of stuff, the thing is, people don't need to love whatever you're doing necessarily. Just if enough people are interested enough to click on it, even if they don't love it, if they're interested enough to click on it and interested enough to at least see what it's about, then it gets crazy amount of views. But it doesn't necessarily mean like all those people love whatever the content is. So, like, just can't get enough. But then there's other things that don't get a crazy amount of views, but like have these such crazy passionate fan bases, right? Where you see like less views, like maybe a tenth of the amount of views, or like even 5% of the amount of views, but like so much more engagement because the people are much more passionate about whatever specifically it is. Like, for example, if it's like Die Hard Transformer collections. I say that because I literally watched a video about Transformer collection. I don't know why. I think there was a reason. I think I was doing some kind of research or something. Or I don't know why. But there's some communities where just people are die hard about certain things. And they're like, they can't wait for the next video on it. But there's a smaller group, but they're very, very serious about definitely wanting to watch that and love that content. It's, I don't know. So there's so many different motivations for watching content. There's so many different, like this, nobody's like really super passionate about watching summons, but apparently enough people are, you know, interested enough to just like click on it and like have it on the background, or click on it and like skip the timestamps to see like some funny reactions or whatever. So even though there's not funny reactions anymore, there really isn't. There's like me talking about something and Nat 5 pops out. I just keep talking and like don't even react at all. My reaction is whatever my reaction is. So if there's no reaction, there's no reaction. I don't force anything. I should force things for better click-throughs. That's what I should do. Hold on, guys. We're gonna get prepared for the next Nat 5 summon. I need some fireworks. I need breakaway pants. I want to like rip my pants off and like fireworks start shooting out my. Bad idea. That's a bad idea. Okay, we're not gonna do that. The first account got all the RNG. We're getting no more RNG after this. You see this? First account stole all the RNG from everything. He should make the first account his main. Yeah, and also there's definitely way more scrolls here than because I thought this was actually going to be a much shorter video. I thought it was going to be like a 30-minute video. because I thought he had like 500 summons total. But it's not. And he's got like over 1,000. But he did email me a long time ago. Wind Succubus. She's... I don't like her, but she is a little bit more interesting after... I don't remember what balance patch it was, but... a little more interesting because she can potentially put things to sleep for multiple turns. She's like a budget Hathor. Budget Hathor. I see some people using her that like her, but... she's a budget Hathor that also does damage, because Hathor doesn't really do damage. She does more damage than Hathor, but... it's funny, though, that Hathor is used less now. If you notice, Hathor is actually used less now. It is not really about... oh, man. I didn't even realize. It's not really even about Hathor getting a nerf or anything. It's just about other things are better at taking her spot. Like Okeanos. Other things are just more effective, and people are bored of using Hathor. Literally, people are literally falling asleep by using Hathor. Lils. So. Oh my goodness, there's so many summons. I'm clicking and unclicking the same units, aren't I, for a couple of these. Summon. I can't believe if... I think I mentioned this before even. If you told me years ago that I would just like open little gacha pulls things as a job, I'd be like, really? That's my job? Why? I would say why. I would be like, I don't get it. I don't understand why that's a thing. Why is that a thing? Well, it's video games, but instead of playing the games, you just open things to get fun toys. And then I would have to be like, look. It's like superhero cards. All right? Or little sticker machines in the mall. Oh, you guys don't know what that is. Okay. Okay, hold on. We need a Gen Z explanation again. Sticker machines in the mall. There was these things called malls. And malls are like a bunch of little stores. A store is like an app, a shopping app, but like physical, like how you have a house, right? Or an apartment. It's like that. It's a physical place, and it's got like things that you can buy in it. That's what a store is, right? We got to make sure we explain it to people, right? So there's a bunch of little things called stores. And then they're in these big long hallways with a bunch of little things next to each other, right? It's basically like an apartment complex for stores, right? And sticker machines are these little machines that give you It's like a gacha machine. You guys know what gacha machines are. It's gacha machines, but with stickers. We're fine. We're fine. There we go. We explained it. It basically is just gacha machines with stickers. Gacha machines are still around. I don't know if they have stickers. I'm sure they have stickers. They've got to have stickers in them. I had this crazy dream idea, actually. You guys want to know about my crazy dreams? I have business ideas in my dreams. Very exciting. It's like a... the best way to explain it. I don't know. It was like a... I don't know how to really explain it. It was an amazing business idea, though. I feel like it was an amazing business idea. But, yeah, I don't really know how to put it into words. Because it was so weird. Like, you couldn't visualize it without it being like, that's a weird thing. No one wants that. I guess maybe the best way it would be like an extremely compact mall. Like extremely compact. I guess maybe like, do they have Amazon stores? But it not quite even a store, because like the way it's set up, it like has such a low physical footprint with a large amount of revenue potential per square foot. It's weird, I guess. If you guys got a few $1 million you want to take a gamble on one of my crazy ideas, then you let me know. Or I could just, I guess, email my idea to someone that I already know that has a couple $1 million and be like, yeah, do this. I want to see if this works. I want to see if this works. Just do this. Because I'm curious. Bang, I don't really want to do that. Yeah, but do it. Do it because it'll be great. Because basically, the thing is with like any... Why are we talking about... Why am I talking about business? Because it's a podcast, right? The thing is like with any retail space, like... It's generally not worth the price for renting because you have to generate a certain amount of income per square foot to be profitable. I wish I was better at explaining it. But it's so compact. That's the thing. Like that the whole point is it's basically like the most compact mall that's just really efficient. It's like the most efficient, smallest footprint mall that you could possibly get. Is basically what it is. Maybe I'll just do it. Maybe I'll just I'll be like, yo, let me borrow however much money this is gonna take because I want to see if this works. Okay, let's do some LDs. Let's do some LDs. I should stop talking about my business ideas because you know people are going to be like, okay, writing that down. Even if they write it down and steal it, I at least get to see if it was smart or stupid. I know it's smart though. I know it's a good business idea. Because it like takes away one of the biggest problems with the current way that we approach commercial space. Is like what is driving people in there, and God, this guy, how many of him are we going to get this week? Seriously. But yeah, it's like how many people, how much is the place to rent, right? How much does it cost to actually operate the place? How much money are you making? How many people are actually coming in, and how many people are actually being converted into sales? Congratulations on your corona. Doesn't sound right for 2021. I feel like it's such a good idea. I have so many good ideas. So many good ideas. I have some ideas that need patents too. I know you're thinking like, Bagel, what is it gonna be? It's got something that involves like buttholes and cannons. It's not all of them are like that. Some of them are like if I actually said them, you guys would be like, holy crap, you gotta do that. Like it's just so like I don't want to like start these businesses and like put like 100,000 hours into these businesses. I just want to like patent these things and then sell them to already existing businesses and be like, yo, I just made your life a whole lot easier. Take a look at this. And they'll be like, holy crap. I hate that you have a patent on it because now we have to pay you. There's some cool stuff. But I'm not going to say, hey, another Chiwu! But I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to. They'd be like, hey guys, this idea and this idea. Like, if one of you is like, oh, that's a good idea, I'm gonna go patent it before he does, then I'm done, right? Then I got nothing. So then I'll be like, yo, you gotta drop me a donut for that one. I just made you like $10 million. So yeah. So what do we actually, we got a Chiwu and we got a Chiwu. We just got a Chiwu. Oh, it's a kind of a bummer there. Wow. Not a great one. Last account, I really hope we get some crazy to finish it off with, right? Really, really hope we get something crazy. We're in the same channel. I assume we have very similar amount of summons because it's all the same person's stuff. Yep, very similar amount of summons. So let's go. You know, I found some interesting games that interesting games that we're starting it off with some lightning. That's not bad, right? That's not bad. But again, it's where we finish, not where we... Good lightning! Okay. Let's continue this, I guess. 3 in a row is a lot, though. 3 in a row is crazy. Yeah, let's just continue crazy, crazy lightning. Let's get 6 nat 5s on this count. Let's get the first one, right? That first one got... The first one is obviously his luckiest account. He got the LDs on there. Actually, let's see what he has here. Does he have any LDs on here? Just make that first one your main. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't just do... He's got... Oh, never mind. He's got LDs on here, too. He's got LDs on here, too. And he's got a Chun-Li, which is basically an LD5. Kind of. That's a 4-star. So this one is maybe the least crazy, right? That first account seems like the most... Oh, there we go. The most fruitful. Why is he playing so many accounts? I know why I play so many accounts. Why is he playing so many accounts? I play so many accounts for content. Just because I don't know what I'm going to summon on a certain account and I need to be able to... well, I like to be able to show as much stuff as I possibly can. And actually have runes. Because I know you guys like to email me. Bagel, you can show this on my account. Oh, really? And I always get tricked, too. I always get tricked. Oh, really? Well, how's... Sometimes I'm smart enough to ask how the runes are. And then you guys like, well... It's... I'm not quite guardian level. That's how you know. That's the secret. That's the secret. You have to translate that into they are dog crap. That's the secret translation. I'm not guardian level is that means the runes are like 4 5-star runes. It's like there's better runes on the beginner's grind than there are on some of those. I'm not entirely... They're about beginner's grind 2 weeks in level runes. On some. When they say... so many people say it too. Some people are like, it's not quite guardian, not quite G2, G3, whatever. And then there's the people that are like, oh yeah, I'm G2, this is a G2, G3 level account or whatever. And like you get on the account and you're like, this is not a G2, G3 level account. And they're like, oh, well I got G2 once. No. Oh, it's like, well, I got G2 in Arena 2 years ago, and once, and I'm in a G3 guild, and they're like carried by the whole guild, and that's their definition of G2 G3 account. It's like in a G3 guild and like the least contribution. And like G2, nothing wrong with getting G2 in Arena 2 years ago. I'm just saying, like, that does not make it a, like, top level account currently. That's like if you're ending like C2 in Arena nowadays and you're like Fighter 3 and RTA, that does not make it a G2 G3 account because you got G2 a couple years ago. Man. Aren't you someone that does not get G2 G? I don't actually call my account G2 G3 though, ever. I don't call my account anything. I don't really say anything, do I? Gasp. I'm curious though. I want to actually do an RTA season. like take it, because it's been a while since I've taken RTA seriously. I did the last day of RTA, and I actually I feel really comfortable about the last day of RTA because I was just focused. I wasn't even doing videos or anything. I was just focused on actually playing, and went really well. So I wish I could block my name from the matchups though. It's a bummer. I think that's the least, my least favorite part about RTA is my name. And I can't change the name of my account either. I mean, I could, but I already tinkered around with trying on a different one. On a different one of my accounts to see like how exactly it would have worked if I did that. And Comtos is pretty weird with how they do it. So, yeah. Too bad there's not like something that could. There's actually a lot, like a lot of players that are like known players that are like in the top 100 that are known for using specific comps or have specific very OP LD5s that like it's important to know what they have before you get into a match with them to know how to counter their play style because they play a very specific way. Yeah, a lot of them would also like to have their name not shown, then they would win more, right? If you don't know who you're fighting against, there's a definite disadvantage. And there's also another thing with high level RTA. Another thing with high level RTA is that there's a lot of data on the back end of people collect data on what units a certain player has, how fast they are. Like Baryon was actually known for doing this, but there's not the only one that does this. Thompson, I think, had a notebook where he was keeping tabs on like all of the different, like a physical notebook. Baryon's was like a spreadsheet, but like there's people that not even just them. There's a lot of people that, maybe not a lot of people, not everyone in the top ranks of RTA does this, but some of them keep mental notes. And then some of them keep actual physical notes of like what speeds the units different, the players different. What am I doing? What speeds the different units are? Yeah, that was correct. So, like, if you know that Chiwu is like plus 213 or whatever. Like, okay, well, I know I can outspeed it with this unit. I know I can outspeed it with that unit. I know I can't outspeed it with, like, outspeed plus 213 Chiwu. That's not an easy task. I think it's not an easy task. The crazy thing is that, like, just a couple OP speed rolls can skyrocket you into, like, if you're going for a fast, aggressive playstyle. Like, it only takes a couple OP speed rolls to really skyrocket you into, like, the next bracket and, like, win more. Because, like, if two players are going against, like, two players are both using very fast, aggressive teams going against each other, then it's all about who's faster, right? Like, if they're just trying to nuke each other, then whoever's faster wins. Like, for example, if you're a nice example in the arena sense is if you're doing like Samoth, Bernard, Bastet, Lucian, right? And you're doing that for your offense, and then someone has that same team on defense. It's all about whoever has the faster runes wins. So, well, it's also about whoever's speed tuned correctly. Right? Because if someone cuts, then that's another issue, right? But for the most part, whoever has the fastest, yeah. Well, if you have the fastest runes, you wouldn't get cut as well. So, yep, it's just a matter of speed sometimes. So if you have, for example, 23, like if you're slot 3, your best Swift slot 3 is only 23 speed, and then you get that one rune where you get that quad roll and you get a 33 speed, that skyrockets, maybe not skyrocket. Hey, there we go. Very nice. That will bring you into 10 speed faster. So for example, you could go from having a 290 speed unit to a 300 speed unit, or a 300 speed unit to a 310 speed unit. And that does make a huge difference, actually. So, yeah. If you are going for the fast, aggressive playstyle, that little bit of a speed is going to be a massive difference. If you're going for a more bruisery comp, like for example, Stoic likes to do his Ada. He likes to do his Ada Rag comps. Actually, I think I don't know what he's been playing with lately, to be honest. But he used to like doing those Ada Rag comps, and he needs to go for just efficiency, right? Because he's not going to be outspeeding things with Artemiel. He's not going to have a 300 speed Artemiel. But what if he did? It's not. So the situation is that he's just going for a lot of efficiency, effective HP, trying to maximize every grind and gem. So it's a little bit of a different game that he's playing, or that, for example, my Europe server account is very similar playstyle, is going for the more bruisery response style of gameplay. So yeah, if you're going for more of a cleave, that one rune roll is going to make a huge difference to your win rate. If you're going for a bruiser, it's just about getting a little more efficiency here, a little bit more efficiency here. You don't need that crazy quad speed roll, right? But another thing to even expound on that is if you have that situation but double, right? If you have 23 speed is your max rune on a slot 6 and a slot 3. So you got a slot 6 23 speed sub, and you got a slot 3 23 speed sub. For both those runes, you just haven't gotten great RNG on those. And then 1 week, you get that quad roll on 2 of those runes, and you get 33 on both those. That's 20 speed faster. That is a different bracket that you're playing in. Like you go from 300 speed on, like for example, I'm gonna use Chew as an example again, I guess, because people have been using Chew a lot. If you have a 295 Chiwu, you'll be at a certain rank with that. You're gonna still get outspent quite a decent amount, right? If you have a 315 Chiwu, and that's only 2 runes difference, it's only getting really lucky on 2 runes, right? I mean, we're not even talking about like trying to get like 35 speed or ancients at this point, right? We're just talking about like 23 to 33. Because we could talk more on ancients, right? So we could be even getting to 2 runes making it 30 speed faster. Or if it was less than 23, like maybe it's only maybe you only get a double roll, and it was like a 16. You grinded it to put a legendary grind. You wouldn't put a legendary grind on a 16. You put a purple grind as a +4, and you had a 20 speed. Like you could be talking like in 2 runes, you'd be talking like even a 30 speed difference from like a 20 sub to like a 30. I guess not a 20 sub. You guys get the point that I'm trying to make, though, right? You get like 20 speed. The point is that like 2 runes, you get lucky on 2 runes, and you could be from a 295 Chiwu to a 315 Chiwu, and that 315 Chiwu is gonna wreck. That 315 Chiwu is gonna absolutely like make your life so easy. It's gonna give you red stars. That it's gonna give you at least 2 red stars, right? If the rest of your units are runed well, it's gonna give you you're gonna do really well with that. But sometimes it's just like you get very lucky, or you get very unlucky, and that could make the actual difference between you being at one rank or another rank just based on sheer luck. Or if you get like that one OP LD unit, right? That could literally, like, if you get a Tion Lang, which is like a must ban for some people, right? Some people's comps, like Tianlang is a must ban against. That Tianlang will basically like just jump you. I want to say 3 ranks. I'll be conservative and say 2 ranks. Some people would agree with me that it's probably closer to 3 ranks. Some people may actually even say more, but I think at least 2 ranks. Let's just say at least 2 ranks. Tianlang will just propel you into the stratosphere. Because there's so many units that you're building that do attack gauge increase that he just nerfs so much of them. Like any Oracle. We know that Oracles are strong, right? So any Oracle, Diana, Feng Yan, Artemiel, Ragdoll, like this is just, he's just strong against all of those. Vertiheel. Tianlang is just OP against all of those. I consider Tianlang one of the most account-changing monsters in the entire game. So, like, you get that unit, and unless you play him wrong, he will change your account. He will make you an OP player. Speaking of... Oh, I thought this was Hathor at first. Speaking of OP monsters, I actually think she's underrated. I was speaking of OP monsters, Sekhmet. Jeezy, so that's 2... That's actually... He got the Tyrannus. No, did he get Tyrannus, or did he get Belenus? He got Tyrannus, right? So he got Tyrannus, and then he got the hard counter to Tyrannus, which is pretty funny, actually. So that is, for those of you that don't know, that is a hard counter. Tyrannus is a nice bruiser unit. Sekhmet is the hard counter to Tyrannus. Lols. How often does that happen that you get a unit and their counter in the first and second Nat 5s? At least we're getting stuff at this point, though. Comptos is like, yes, talk about RTA. We want to sell more people on the idea of RTA. Half of RTA also is, maybe not half of it, but a lot of RTA is you climbing because you do more wings. If you don't do wings, you can have 100% win rate and still finish at garbage rank. If you do like 1 wing. Right? Or 10 wings, right? You could have 100% win rate, but you're not going to be anywhere because you didn't play enough to rank up. So if you're doing like 50 wings... I'm guilty of that, though. I'm guilty of that myself, is not doing enough wings. That's basically my well... Yeah, I'm guilty of not doing wings. Let's just say that. But you only rank up if you actually play. You can't just be good and be at a high level because you're good. You have to be good and then also play every day. Maybe not every single day. You can like miss a couple days here and there, but you gotta play pretty consistently. So you have to actually get those points somehow. They will not just be given to you on your account. Or will they? You have to actually play. And this one actually, one of the things that people have issues with. They're like, oh, Bagel, how do I get better? I'm really looking to get into RTA. Like, play RTA. Lose. It's okay to lose. It's not okay for me to lose. It's okay for you guys to lose, though, because as long as you're learning something, if you can learn and take away from your matches, then it's okay to lose. If you lose and learn nothing, then it kind of sucks. If you lose just because violent procs and you actually outplayed them and you outdrafted them and everything and you just got procced on and RNG sucked, and you got none of your debuffs applied to them and none of your units crit on them and they crit on everything and they got all their debuffs and they got extra turns and like everything was completely massively one-sided, then you don't really learn anything, and that's just how the game is, because that's how Summoner's War is, unfortunately. Sometimes there's nothing that you can learn from some matches. Although I guess you could argue that you could learn something from those matches where just RNG is completely one-sided, and the opponent gets way more turns than you. You could learn that you prefer to cleave because when you Lucian something or when you ignore defense, you don't have to worry about that accuracy resistance checks for defense breaks, and you don't have to worry about critting or not critting if you have a 100% crit rate, right? Well, I mean, you can still not crit on like element disadvantage and stuff, but could learn that you like cleaving better because the enemy can't violent proc if they're dead. So you could actually learn something from those terrible matches, but not really too much to learn. Just to try to stop the terrible before it happens. Try to avoid the terrible. You could also learn to play like a different game. I'm gonna play... I was gonna say Hearthstone. Hearthstone has its own RNG. You guys like to point out, anytime I say Summoner's War can't be an esport because like the RNG is too ridiculous. You guys like, Hearthstone, it's a different level of RNG. Hearthstone is RNG though. But I would say Hearthstone is less of an esport than like Call of Duty is. Right? Call of Duty is more of an esport because there's less RNG involved. Hearthstone... Wait, Call of Duty is more of an esport because less RNG involved. Hearthstone is less of an esport because more RNG involved. So... I mean, you don't go and see like a basketball game and like, okay, one team gets a basketball when they have the ball on their side, and then the other team, when they get the ball, we're gonna replace that ball with cantaloupe. Good luck. Good luck playing. That doesn't seem very fair. That doesn't seem very sportsmanly. What about an even playing field? No, we don't do that. That's why this is just like an... Pego, you gonna go on an esports rant? I'm just gonna say, I'll say it once. That's why this is not an actual esport. It's kind of an insult to... It's not kind of, it is definitely an insult to any game trying to be esports. When you have Summoners War in here being like, we're an esport too. It's like, shut up, come to us. No, you're not. Epic 7 is not an esport either. None of these gacha games are esports. I'm not saying it's Summoners War specifically. I'm saying none of these gacha games are esports. So... At least in Hearthstone, there's RNG, but you can still craft the same. You can craft the same cards. If you want a certain deck, you can build a certain deck with those certain cards. You can craft them from dust. So at least you have the same things going into it, right? The cards have the same stats. When they are in your deck, the cards have the same stats. Things can, come in and modify those stats, but that's all based on gameplay, right? It's not like the cards need runes and the runes have different stats. I like how they come to us still managed to shove some runes up our buttholes with that Lost Centuria too. They're like, so we're gonna make it more of an even fair playing field. Everyone's like, okay, cool, even playing field. Also, there's runes. Go! Of course there's runes. Of course there's runes. Because why not? Because you couldn't just make it even. You couldn't just actually make it fair. You had to come in and crap on everyone's faces. We'll see. We'll see if it actually... it was in beta for so short of a time. Fun fact, so many people didn't even realize that it ended beta. like they were like, oh, why are people playing Lost Centuria? Oh, the beta's over. Oh, okay. It's like... some people that were playing it all the time knew, but yeah, let's do LDs. Elven, oh, we're off to a great start. LD Lightning. Count's like, shut up! I'll give you fun things. He's actually pretty cool. His base speed is not crazy, but this actually works as a just... It's like a Konamiya, but faster. So you can use a 33 lead, and you can use him, and you can use Lucian, and then you can put for the 4th slot, just whatever. Whatever, safe unit or whatever. Specific, hard counter, too. It can just be a flex slot for, whatever specific unit you have that's going to counter the enemy team. Or whatever is going to survive from the enemy team. Yeah, the Dova's not bad. Second LD Lightning. Okay, I mean, she was Hall of Heroes, though. She was Hall of Heroes. Legendary summon. So we have 7, and then an SWC scroll, and then I'm going to stop talking. How exciting is that for you? Me stopping talking, I mean. Okay. Man, this was a long video. Holy crap. This was basically Saturday morning summons. Basically, right? This was basically, it was like 4 accounts, all the same person. Jeez, like 1,000 plus summons. And everyone's just gonna skip to the... I don't blame anyone for skipping to the timestamps for these. They don't have to listen to all my rambling about stupid crap. Some actual information in there, though. Some actual information. 80% stupid crap. 20% actual information. Very nice. So Vanessa Tyrannus segment. Actually, that's pretty helpful. That's pretty helpful. Let's see if we can get a 5-star from here. End it with a bang. Come on, let's go. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to end with a bang. Vanessa, though. I don't know if they already had Vanessa on here. He's got way too many accounts, though. He's got way too many accounts. Very nice. That Harg is nice, too. Crisis resistance. Yeah. It's this, because he's got the same as Rakuni, but this also does attack power buff. Like, if you use skill 1, it's going to do attack power buff. One of these increase attack, recovery, and endure effects according to the friend's HP status. If you get turn 1, Lucian's HP is going to be full, and you can just use, like, Vanessa, Harg, and Fat Lucian. Completely increases Lucian's attack gauge and attack power. And then nukes. And the reason that he is better than Konamiya is just because the base speed. So he's 105 after he's awakened. And then the Konamiya is 90-something? 91, yeah. Huge difference. You can't really use Konamiya and outspeed things for arena offense. Unless you're using like Kabila and Konamiya. But if you're just using Konamiya, like speed lead and Konamiya and Lucian, and putting like your fastest swift set on Konamiya is still going to be so much slower than everything else. 91 base speed. Terrible base speed. But it's a 2-star unit. I mean, we can't complain. Terrible base speed on 2-star unit. Make it faster. I think it's a 2-star. So anyway, that's it for this one. Oh my god, if you made it this far, you're a trooper. You are a trooper. Anyway, like I said, that's it for this one. I'll see you as always in the next one.